to switch the subject or whatever. I think this is a perfect time to talk about it. Of course, we're just gonna get into it a little later or whatever, but I want to talk about it now. And I think it's a perfect time to start talking about it. You know me, I'm big into like serial killers and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, people. I'm big into like dispelling rumors, and there's a rumor that black people don't do serial killers. You know, a black person can't be a serial killer, but you know, I've researched serial killers, so you know, I know about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was in bed, just going to sleep, and you know, I'm one of those people that can't sleep with the radio, with the TV off. I have like nightmares and stuff like that. I start dreaming that it's demons and shit under the bed and in the closet, and they yelling at me in my face. So you know, I can't sleep with the TV off; it's too quiet. You feel me? So I sleep with the TV off.
Yeah.
And I woke up to excellent documentary that was on HBO, and they was talking about some dude who was named the Grim Sleeper. They named him the Grim Sleeper because he was murdering people from like 1988, and he went on a hiatus to the year 2012. You feel me? So he went on like a crazy hiatus where nobody was getting killed.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about the documentary, it showed me two things or whatever. It was about a serial killer, however, and this cat was murdering black people in South Central Los Angeles. You know what I mean? So all the females that he was getting at were prostitutes.
That was only females, you said?
Yeah, you know, I mean, if you're a serial killer like me and you, we outside of the demographic of getting killed by a serial killer, so we could leave the door open. We could walk out the house at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a chance we get killed by the cops before we get killed by a serial killer, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know? So we don't gotta worry about that. But for a serial killer, they kill women and they kill gay people.
Okay.
You feel me? So, I don't know. Some of us might be gay, I don't know, you know what I mean? But, you know, none of us are women. But, yeah, it's crazy because this man he got convicted of killing 10 women. But they think that he killed a whole bunch of more people, you know, but they just can't connect them to it. But the documentary was cool because it was in South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And they was going to all the hood spots. They had this chick who used to be a prostitute, and she taking them to all the hood spots. You know, she said, oh, that's a drug house right there. They're like, this chick snitching, dry snitching on the low. Somebody gonna get at her. You know what I mean? But it provides for good television.
Right, definitely.
You know, and it was a good documentary because it showed two things. And the first thing I noticed is that the cops, they did not pursue the case the way that they should have pursued the case.
Okay.
You feel me? Like I said, I'm into serial killers, you know, and that's one of the things I document.
Yeah.
And, you know, people say I'm strange off of it, but I like human psychology.
Right.
And I like to get into the human mind. I went to school for computer science, and I think that the human mind is nothing but a big-ass computer. And basically, you can tell certain things by what went into it. So what you put into the human mind is basically going to tell you what's going to come out. You feel me? So, you know, I'm looking at this type of stuff, and I'm like, okay, you know, it's real interesting. And the two things that I drew from it, first thing I drew from it was the fact that the cops botched the case. You know, they was looking at these prostitutes and these drug addicts as if they weren't human. And that's not cool. You know, because if this was happening, like they were saying in the documentary, if this was happening out there in Beverly Hills, to blind white women, it would have been an issue.
Right.
Another person that I like to look at was the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. And he was killing people, and not in the slums. He was going to rich areas.
Yeah.
And the way they handled that case, they made it their #1 priority to stop this person from killing people.
Of course.
They did not do that out there in South Central Los Angeles. You feel me? They was just looking at like he taking out the garbage.
So, was he convicted and everything?
Yeah, he was convicted.
Death penalty?
Yeah, well, no death penalty. You know, he got life. His son is done. You feel me?
How old was he?
He's about 53 when they found him.
Oh, okay. But he started.
But the ill thing about the documentary is they going through the hood talking to his friends. He got crackheads to do so much stuff for him. It's like anybody in the hood, he came through with like a van and was acting like a crackhead to clean up the van for him. And the crackhead was like, yo, I thought it was just oil in the car. But when he found out that this guy was killing all these women, he's like, yo, I was probably cleaning out blood. These people didn't know what they were doing.
Right.
And they had
for money.
Exactly, for money. And he had friends. And his friend, like, he took pictures of all the women that he did stuff to. Now, he got convicted of killing about 10 women, but when they look at the pictures, he got like pictures of 123 women.
Damn.
But they, you know, they didn't connect them to all of those 123 women that he supposedly killed.
Right.
But I'm getting far off my point. The point I was trying to make is that the cops did not look at these women as people. They didn't look at them as human. And if these were happening to white women, trust me, he wouldn't have been able to kill all these people and allowed to operate in that neighborhood for that long. If these were white women that he was killing. The fact that he was doing this to black women, black prostitutes that were addicted to drugs, it didn't mean anything. And this brings me to my second point. And my second point is addiction. A lot of these women, like, according to the official documents, only one woman got away with it. But one of the women that the dude from the UK who was doing the documentary was talking to, he got at least 10 women that said that they got into the car with this guy, went into his backyard where he was doing all these murders, and they got away from him. Yeah. And she got them. And what I noticed is that the drug addicts and, you know, the pimps and the prostitutes, they have a tight-knit community. And they don't have family, but they are their own family. And it's so easy for somebody like me and you that don't struggle with the same addictions that they struggle with to look down upon them and to, you know, look at them as less than human. But these are still human people.
Right.
You feel me? Every single day, like, all right, you know, I go to work early in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and, you know, it's the summertime right now, so I don't see the, you know, the homeless people on the streets that I used to see, on the trains that I used to see. But back in the, you know, when it's cold outside, these people were going into the trains to sleep. Look at how uncomfortable those seats are for you and me. But to them, that's better than sleeping on the streets.
Right. Oh, definitely.
You feel me?
Definitely.
And we look at them and we look at the way they smell and we like, damn, yo. You know, we look down upon these people. But at the same time, everybody in this room and everybody that's listening to this broadcast, they're a catastrophe away from being on the streets.
You know, I think just like that.
Just like that. None of these people was kids and 10 years old saying, oh, I'm going to be on the streets.
Right.
Nobody knows what life is going to bring you, but we all people. You feel me? We are all people. And I was listening, man, it's so much stuff. I don't want to get deep into the rabbit hole with it or whatever, but basically that documentary showed us a whole bunch of stuff, man. It showed me that these people are people and they're human beings and they have lives, and you have to look at them as them having lives, you know what I mean? They're humans. And also that the cops botched the case. And people say that there's no racism, but it's so many little things like this. A little thing about serial killers. A black life does not mean as much as a white life.
Right. That's what I say. Black Lives Matter, man.
Exactly. And little stuff like this let us know, man. You know, and Yak Radio, like I say, Yak Radio does not, you know, they don't condone the things I say. These are my own personal thoughts.
Right. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man.
Well, good thing they caught his ass.
Yeah, they did, but you know, I'm in the serial killers, man. You know, so at the time they say that there was more than one active serial killer in the neighborhood. So they caught him, but there are still other people on the streets.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, just like the Long Island case. You heard about the Long Island serial killer, right?
Who?
We don't know who he is. You saying who? Nobody know who he is, but remember back in the couple years ago, they found a couple body parts out there by Jones Beach.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's an active serial killer in Long Island.
I remember that.
You know, they found bodies from a couple people. and nobody got charged from it.
I remember that. Back there, that was a few years ago, probably about 2-3 years ago.
About 2 or
Pretty
3 years
recent.
ago. Yeah, fairly recent.
Yeah, really recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy, man. What goes through a motherfucking mind that just want to be out there killing females? But nuts, man. People are nuts.
Yeah, it is, man. People are nuts. You know, I talk about Richard Ramirez, you know, the Night Stalker. You ever hear about him?
Nah.
Man, this cat was off the hooks, man. Crazy dude, man. He was active out there in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I read a couple books about this guy, satanic worshiper. And I mean, he was going out there breaking, you know, what made him so scary is the fact that he would kill men and women.
Mm.
He would go into your house, break into your house at night. Like, you'll leave a door open, he'll come in there. You'll leave a window open, he'll break the window. Come in, shoot the man first, rape the woman, and just do craziness, man. This cat seriously has some problems, man. And the worst thing about him is the fact that women rated him one of the most sexiest men in America.
Wow.
After he got convicted with all these murders, he married a woman that was on the jury for his case.
Damn. Wow, that's crazy.
It's wild, man. You know?
That's crazy. The hell was she thinking?
We don't want to get this to be too dark. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
You know?